Hello everybody, how's it going on? This is the Tech HQ and you're watching the fourth episode of the Tech Podcast. And today I'll be going over and talking about my website updates, Macbook Pro Rumors, iPad 3 Rumors, and I'm also actually thinking of submitting these podcasts to iTunes as well. So I really need your help on how to make XML and RSS URLs and stuff for my podcasts and stuff. But before I start and begin this podcast, as always, the Tech HQ is always there, is always open to get suggestions in your comments. So if you're watching this podcast, listening to this podcast on YouTube, then you can actually leave your suggestions, ideas, topics down below in the comment section. And if you are listening to this podcast over on my website, then you can go over to that contact section and leave any comment, any suggestions, any topic, any ideas there as well, and I will be always happy to get your feedback. Now let's talk about my website, the new website. Well, I've just actually changed the website theme a little bit, so there's not going to be any black header or something like that, the header, so it's just going to be white, and I think this just looks more suitable and more professional. Other than that, I have decided to integrate HTML5 audio players in my website. So before they were just YouTube videos, kind of like YouTube video players, and I actually started noticing that my website started to become a little bit slow to load up, and it just looked a lot of cluttering all around. So I decided, it just makes lots more sense that you have an audio podcast. It's better that you have an kind of audio player to run your audio podcasts. So I will be uploading these on YouTube as well, no problem there. So you can watch these over YouTube if you are having any problem, or maybe HTML5 is not running, you don't have any HTML5. So you can always go over there and watch or listen to my web podcast over on YouTube. Now, the audio player that I'm using is HTML5 based, so sorry there's no Flash based, something like that. Well, I'm actually working on those issues. It's just a little bit difficult, even though it's kind of easy to find out, but really don't want to have kind of two kind of audio players, one for HTML5, the other one for Flash player. And also I'm not actually I cannot find a good audio player which supports both of them, so it can actually ignore HTML5 and play Flash if your computer has Flash like that. So this time it's HTML5 only, and I think it's modern now, and most of you guys now must be having browsers like Safari and Chrome and Mozilla Firefox, which usually supports HTML5. And also, what's better, that you can actually listen to my podcasts on your iPhone, iPad as well, and also in other Android devices. So that's the update, website update. Now let's talk about MacBook Pro rumors. And yes, I'm out of breath, I really don't know why, so let's continue. So MacBook Pro rumors. The MacBook Pros are actually the first product which actually get refreshed by Apple every year. Now this time we might not see this because of a couple of reasons. First of all, Ivy Bridge processors are rumored to be released in April or May, so really iPad 3 usually comes before in March or February. So that's the first thing, and that's the only thing. So that's actually the only reason why we might see the MacBook Pros after iPad 3. But really Apple are known to kind of get these new kind of Intel processors before anyone else. So you might see them in their regular in March or maybe April, early April, something like that. And now they're going to be using Ivy Bridge processors, and these processors have got 25 to 30% less power consumption. So your MacBook Pro will not be heating up or will not be kind of using a lot of fan noise, something like that. First of all. Secondly, we might also see a better resolution MacBook Pro, a better resolution on the MacBook Pros. The MacBook Airs are one of the best notebook lineup, and it's got one of the best screen resolution. So I really want Apple to kind of go ahead and get a good resolution screen over on the MacBook Pro lineup as well. Now I would really like, and kind of it's my personal opinion, for Apple to use matte screen as well on their MacBook Pro 13-inch, and they don't really have it, they don't support it on the 13-inch, but they do support the matte screen option on 15 and 17. Other than that, really, we might see some cosmetic design, because it's always like, it's actually already 4 years since we actually had any cosmetic change. So really, Apple should actually maybe learn from MacBook Air lineup and implement some of that their features over there on the MacBook Pros as well. So first of all, make it a little bit more thinner, make it a little bit more light, and something like that. So we might be seeing these MacBook Pros in about, I think, in April or May. But if Apple gets these Ivy Beach processors before and actually kind of early, then we might see them in March, most probably. Now let's talk about iPad 3. So iPad 3, I was actually just reading this article on Techno Buffalo, and that article was actually just talking about iPad 3 to be having iPhone 4S cameras, price cut, and Retina display. First of all, I really don't think that iPad is going to be getting a Retina display. Well, maybe it should. I think it will be, and but really, if we actually think about it in a practical sort of way, I think that battery consumption and battery life just kind of gets a little risky. So, but if they find out a way, because Apple is always kind of it's just really good, Apple, they always find a way, and they might restore the 10-hour life battery and also put Retina display. So that's actually the first thing. Secondly, iPhone 4S cameras, I'm really damn sure that they might put them, but really not iPhone 4S cameras, maybe iPhone 4 cameras, like 5 megapixel camera. I think that's a little bit more what I call as a kind of better, I think. Maybe, well, they can put in iPhone 4S cameras as well, that's always good. 8 megapixel cameras, so we really don't know, but if they do, then that's going to be a great thing. And then the next thing could be that iPod Touch 5th generation might get kind of the same cameras as iPhone 4S. Now let's talk about well, I forgot. All right, price cut. Well, there was also one news which was not on Techno Buffalo, but it was on some other website, talking about iPad 3 to be having 3 models, something like that. One Pro, the other one normal, the other one kind of for the beginners, something like that. Really, I don't really think so. Why? Because iPad itself is just amazing. It's just a beautiful device, and really, I don't think Apple should be afraid of Amazon Fire, Amazon Kindle. They've got a good pricing, but guys, the OS and there's something like that's just really not kind of. So really, I'm just trying to say that Apple has no reason to compare their product with Amazon. Amazon just really down iPad. So really, people say that they should do it. I mostly think because of price point, something like that. But really, even if the Amazon kind of Kindle Fire starts at $299 or $199, I believe. Really, people are not getting them, getting Fire. So I really don't think there's going to be any price cut. Well, if there is, then that's also going to be good. But really, if you're talking about Retina display, if you're talking about better cameras, then I think that the price is going to be same. Other than that, I'm actually thinking about using iTunes as well to make my podcasts more kind of open and kind of bring my channel to the public more. So I'm actually thinking about that as well. But I've actually been researching a lot about this. But to be honest, I really don't know how to submit your podcast. So if any of you guys kind of have any knowledge about that, then don't comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube, or go to that contact section and kind of fill that form and give me your suggestions and your comments and your idea and your information on how to do it. So I'm trying my best to kind of use iTunes as well. It's one of the best source of podcasts. so to get podcasts. So I'm trying my best. So guys, that's it from this video. Now I hope you guys enjoyed the intro that I just made. It was a really small 7 seconds one, but just really decided to make one. So that's it from this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast episode number 4. This was actually one of the longest one. It's 10 minutes and 30 seconds, so it's quite long. So guys, that's it, and I will meet you in the next video. Bye bye.